Welcome back, everyone, to the Monmouth Moms podcast. We are diving right in because it has been quite the morning/afternoon. A lot of miscommunication, I think, on my part. I don't even know what happened, but I'll just blame myself because I'm just a hot mess express. And I will say, too, it's not like this is a one-off. This is the second time that this has happened where Ming, who owns a shared universe and runs the podcast for me, I have scheduled twice. I think I don't even remember what happened last time. I had to actually ask Ethan last week. I'm literally walking in. I was looking for a chair for my new office, and I'm like, you know what? I should just confirm with them real quick. I don't know if it was like a godsend or something. And all of a sudden, Ming's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing is scheduled. And I have guests coming to the podcast. And I was like, so 2 weeks in a row, I'm going really strong.
All right,
it's all right. Well, we understand.
We screamed our way out of Bellworks about an hour ago on our way back to Red Bank, sprinting. All good.
So thank you so much. I'm really excited to have the ladies from the new upcoming Fairhaven Market, Fairhaven, New Jersey, Elise Casey, who I've known for several years now, Anttonen, and Maggie Ludman. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
I'm just excited to hear about
us.
the market. Tell me what was the inspiration behind it. Tell me where you live. Let's start with Elise.
I live in Fairhaven.
And you're a mom.
And I'm a mom. Yeah, and we know each other from, I feel like so long ago, but from
Monmouth Moms.
Yeah, from Monmouth Moms.
When you were doing the bows.
Oh, yes, yeah. I know. Oh, it seems like so long ago. Yeah, the bows.
And
lifetime ago.
You used to come to like some things that we did and stuff. I don't remember how we connected. I feel like you initially connected with my former partner, and that's kind of how that all.
Yes.
And then
we did that workout class.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
That was
sometime.
That was like in the infancy of like on Instagram and just like all the things. Yeah, it was very different back then.
You were at the precipice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it really was.
So cool.
Doing it.
So moved out of Aberdeen to Fairhaven.
To Fairhaven.
I knew her. I've known Anna forever and ever.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Fairhaven as well. We're all Fairhaven moms.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
just sort
2
of
kids. How many kids?
Two kids.
Two kids.
Oh, very
And they're all together right now.
All 6 of them are with a babysitter.
Are they around the same age?
There's a lot of crossover.
Yeah, there's a staggering.
Yeah. So from, how old is Nora?
Nora's 16 months,
to first grade.
Yeah.
6, 7-year-olds. So we have a good crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
And we're just lightly checking in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
our phones are
no
on
news
airplane
is good news.
mode,
Right.
so we don't know.
Like,
we're fine. Actually, everything's going to be fine.
It'll be fine. And that's it. That's all we can do. So yeah, we all live relatively close to each other. So we meet up every once in a while to talk about the farmers market.
The farmers market. So what was the inspiration behind it?
Honestly, I grew up in Fairhaven.
Okay.
That's how I've known Elise Greeley was her maiden name. And
Did you grow up in Fairhaven?
I grew up in Rumson. Yeah.
But we went to high school
Murphy,
together.
yeah.
We've known each other forever.
RFH.
Yeah, so we went to RFH and Elise has a lot of time on her hands. So I was kind of I walked my son to school. He goes to Sickles. And I was walking him to school one morning, and Willow Street, where the market will be, is very wide. And I was like, this is like a really wide, long block. They increased the width since I went there. Mm-hmm. They pushed it over closer to the park. And I was like, this would be a great farmer's market street. So I called her because she's got nothing going on. And I said, do you want to help me with this? I think I'll send an email to the mayor and see if if we can do it.
Right.
I did some preliminary research, and it said that, it's not a town ordinance or it's not a state thing. It would be town run. Right. So there was no like overarching New Jersey presence that we needed. It would really just be, if Fairhaven was like great. Mm-hmm. So the mayor said yes. And then, we were kind of off to the races, and it was, we were kind of talking about it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And Maggie lives around the corner from me, and she turned her car out of Lewis onto Baton, where I live, and she rolled down her window, and she was like, I'm going to help. I'm going to help you with that. I heard the news. I want in.
I just butted my way in. And I did not grow up here. I grew up in Michigan, first of all. Okay. And I would like to interject that I did grow up on a farm. So I have some street cred here.
Yes. She's got the farm angle.
So are you vetting all the vendors then?
Yeah,
basically, yes. I'll taste test everything.
By produce quality. But Maggie is like, I mean, Elise is obviously her Instagram presence, and she's just a really good marketer. And then Maggie is so buttoned up and on top of all of it. Like, all of our brains work and I'm the one that talks.
Yeah.
So it's like all of our brains
perfectly working
work
together
in different ways, and they just complement each other. And we've been really able to be very nimble and get this. This was in October, so we're launching in May. So in that time, we've been able to get what we need for the town, sign on 20 vendors, you know.
We've formed a nonprofit.
Wow.
Have
Yeah.
that, which is the umbrella for the market and the art show, and more to come.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
this is something we see expanding.
Yeah.
So I will say, in the peninsula, as they say, there's not a whole lot. Like, you do often have to travel to things like this, right?
Yeah.
At Beltworks, in Asbury,
There's one in
in Pier
Manasquan,
Village,
yeah.
in Manasquan. But in that area, you're like, it's beautiful, but there's also not a lot of like things that are kind of happening. Like, you do the fair and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but there's not something that it's like, you know, you can walk to, which I'm sure is going to be a huge
Yes.
hit.
Yeah.
Right.
So, that's
So
exciting.
that was a lot to do with the location that we had. That, you know, I saw the road. I was like, this is the perfect spot for it. And it's also in the heart of Fairhaven. It runs parallel to our small businesses in town. It's open on a Saturday, so are our small businesses. We want to be able to generate as much foot traffic as we can for the town. So the initial response from some of the people that we were dealing with was, well, we can't do it there. And we were like, you have to do it there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't remove this from the center of town. Like, the small businesses will feel neglected, as they should.
Yeah.
And this is incredibly it's insulated, it's walkable. There's a park on one side, there's a street, you know, River Road on the other. It kind of tucks into all the back streets in town, and I was like, you have to make it here. So that was like our first hurdle with, you know,
all the red tape.
all of the red
Yeah.
tape that you obviously
Yeah.
come up against. And we just were like, no, sorry, here's why. You know, this is the perfect place for it.
Yeah.
And they acquiesced, and we found a way, and we you know, looped in the police early, and we were like, we need your help closing traffic down, and they've been really supportive. So all of those types of things we thought were, it's been a really cool learning experience.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So where specifically, and like where?
So the
is it?
school is on Willow Street,
Yep,
Sickles
yep.
School.
Uh-huh.
On the other side is McCarter's Park. It's got those two big, they're like a
It's
park
pillars.
entrance,
It's
pillars.
like Lupo off of Fairhaven Road.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Fairhaven Road is here.
Yep.
There's a smaller street called Oak. Willow Street runs parallel to River Road. So the school is the thing that breaks it apart, and Nauvoo.
Okay.
So it will be closed. The street will be closed. Our vendors will, I think, be on both sides of the street is how we decided to work that out.
Yeah.
So it just feels really cozy.
It's just
and
the ideal
yeah.
location.
Yeah.
We picture everyone walking and biking in the park and the shade
Yeah.
and the trees and everybody and just like,
Like an event.
Yeah.
And so it will be once a month, which I think when we started this, we said, let's start it once a month. Maybe it will become once a week, but we're loving the once a month. It's like you can't miss it, and it's an event, and it will have like a great buzz and a vibe. You know, we want there to be an energy to it.
Loses its novelty a little bit when it's weekly.
Right.
Yeah.
You can always
know?
hit
Yeah.
the next one.
And you want something, to look forward to each month and
Yeah.
stuff. And then you don't have to worry so much about the weather all the time.
Yeah.
And all
yeah.
True. Yeah.
And it'll start to get a little seasonal towards the winter times. Like, we can figure out
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. But we've also
Yeah.
got our eyes on a few other parks in town that we want to make, like, we're like, well, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Like, put us, like,
What
the
next?
Grove West.
right, like, give us a Christmas, give us a Christmas village,
tree.
you know, right, like,
Yeah. Christmas
why
market
end,
next,
why
yeah.
end now? So,
Yeah.
Give us a Christmas village. You know, the reason I stopped doing the holiday event here
Yeah.
was because I couldn't make it a Christmas village, and I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? Then I just don't
I'm
want to
out.
do it.
Christmas,
we can't be
Winter
like-
Village or bust.
If we
Yeah.
can't be Peddler's Village,
Yeah, then I don't want it. I don't want
just don't want
it.
it.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This is just phase one. We
Right.
have
Yeah, we've
bigger,
got a-
bigger plans ahead
Okay.
of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about the art show.
Yeah. The art show is called the Estuary, which is, it's basically like a meeting of water, which is significant to the area where we've got multiple rivers, we've got streams, we've got creeks. So we were, perusing the environmental resource inventory one night, and it was like the estuary is a meeting place, really, is how we looked at it. So now we've got a bunch of local artists, really good artists. We've got Luba Caruso, who does waterscapes. We've got Renee Levin, who's actually over here in Bellworks. Lucy Callion, just some stalwarts that are local. And they are showing their art in Bicentennial Hall, which is Fisk Chapel. It's almost, I mean, what is it, 150 years old?
It's the only public historic building in town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a registered historic site through New
yeah,
Jersey.
national and state, and it's going to be under renovation soon. So this is going to be like the last big event in the old space before it becomes, properly.
It was a place like I grew up using as a little girl because we used it for Girl Scouts and we did a ton of stuff there, and it was always like we knew about Fisk Chapel or Bicentennial Hall. We utilized it, and then it kind of just sat there.
Okay.
It's been sitting for a while.
It's just been sitting.
But this is the estuary in particular is calling attention to it and highlighting the beauty and what could be and what is going to be the future of the building.
And kind of making it so that the town knows, like, renting out the estuary or the Fisk Chapel by Hall is comparable to, like, utilizing a field, like a baseball diamond. Like, the paperwork is the same. So, like, anyone can walk in there and could and should be like, okay, I need a, whatever, a gathering. This is what I'll use because it's there and it's gorgeous and it's got these stained glass windows, and when the light comes down, it like puts the shadow on the ground. It's just like a really important part of Fairhaven's history that has been pretty neglected.
Okay.
So our thought is, we put on this event to bring deserved attention to it, to put it back on the map, to give it its last send-off before it gets shiny and new, and kind of create this like symbiotic relationship where the money raised will then go to the farmers market, so that we've created this really wonderful start of a community build that we're working on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when is the event?
It's April 19th, Friday.
Oh, soon.
Yes, yes.
But Maggie's on it, and again, she's the planner.
Handling all the paperwork.
Yeah. She's like, this is what we have, blah, 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 blah. So.
Well, and I personally find it so amazing because coming to this community, it is so focused on so many wonderful things, specifically sports for kids, and which is wonderful. But I'm so excited for there to be some art in our town. It's
not
so
just
amazing.
In the county, too.
Yes.
There are galleries opening. I featured one of the, oh my gosh, I'm going to butcher the name, McKenna Gallery in Spring Lake. She's listening to this, I'm sorry. I don't know exactly. And she's wonderful, and she came from the city, and I think we're starting to get some of the people that are gravitating out here.
People come from the city, and they're so excited to be here.
But there's no art scene, really.
There's a little, there are some voids, and farmers market, I think, in our direct area is that, and art, and what I have been so inspired and amazed by is we have put the word out, and there are so many talented artists right here. We did not have to go far. We did not have to look hard. They're here, and like we have to do this again because there's more artists that we haven't been able to.
We're turning people away at this
which
point,
is amazing.
We honestly, my cousin is a photographer, Emily Billington, and she came to me. She was like, I got this like crazy idea to do an art show, and I was like, we like crazy ideas.
Yeah,
so
that's what we're into.
So we were like, her and I were kind of spitballing, and we were truly like, well, we can get like your mom and like and like we can beg Luba and like all these people, and not only that, they keep coming and they want to be involved,
and high quality, amazing artwork. It's so inspiring.
Right. So really good people who show all over the world essentially have come to our little art show. So that's been wonderful. The plan is to do more after the Fisk Chapel is done. We have a local cellist who I went to middle school with, who she's a part of the Foreshore Strings, and they're going to play music throughout the night, which is just going to add to the ambiance. There's a set of 3. There's usually 4, but one just had a baby, so she gets off that night. And then we've got spoken word, so it's just going to be a really interactive, really peaceful night at Fisk Chapel.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'll definitely come.
Yeah, you've got to come.
On the heels of the summit.
Yeah,
so
you'll be exhausted.
I'm going to be actually much more relaxed. I'm going to be like, where's the champagne?
We'll have that.
I'll put a sticker on everything.
Yeah.
Can't afford most of it.
Perfect.
But
Same.
Right.
They'll be like, who invited kids?
No, it's going to be great, and we're just going to build the buzz buzz for the market. Yeah. We're also tying in some really cool things. One of them is art. At the market, we'll have drop-in classes for kids with Canvas Art Studio based in Fairhaven. As well as Sticks and Sprouts, which we just love and are huge supporters. Just some drop-in classes in the park. So that's another reason we have such a great location there with the park and the town. We can do it all. It'll just be an amazing event.
And I'm sure all the businesses are so grateful too, because it's just going to get, like you said, more
complement each other.
Traffic and just more of a community feel, which is
rising tide. So rises all boats.
That was one of our first big to-do items was let's just talk to every business in town and make sure nobody is feeling anything negative about this. And they would basically cut us off and be like, thank you. We are so excited you're doing this. What do you mean? Do we have a problem with it? No, we love it. So the town has been supportive from that angle so much. We're just so lucky there.
Fairhaven's so cute and quaint, and it's just, it feels like the potential is untapped.
I feel like most people have been like, oh, finally. They're like, oh, we've been waiting for this.
Exactly. And why shouldn't we do these things? Why shouldn't we put on a farmer's market or an art show? It's not hurting anything. It's making it better. So that's been a message that we're hitting the ground and putting out there. And we're hoping, it's wishful thinking, but people come into Fairhaven that haven't been there before and say oh, I could put my X here, I could put my company here, my business here or something. And there are a ton of spots that could use, we could see it as an opening that we could fill, right? Yeah. So, we don't want businesses to leave. We want to bring them in. And I think that this would be a great way for people to highlight it. So
I think post-COVID, during those times, it was I started hosting events, I guess, on the heels of COVID, and we got such a massive response, and I felt like it was mostly because, we had been home, and people felt like, okay, there's something to do, and it hasn't slowed down. And I think since then, it's really just that, families, moms, they want to be part of community. They want to have something to do. It's great to have, things for kids to look forward to that are community-based and that are, inspiring to one another, all the great things and organizations and people and businesses and all great things that you can just highlight and talk and, just really connect and network. There's like you said, there's so much untapped opportunity, and I'm so excited to have another thing to attend, and I'm not too close right now, but hopefully I'll be closer. My office is in Red Bank, but
there you go.
I've had a gift card to Mod 39 since Christmas, and poor Adrian, who's my friend, and I still haven't been to her store because I never get over there.
We're telling we're encouraging all of the businesses put stuff on the sidewalk that Saturday.
Totally.
People are going to park on River Road and then walk. We actually had one very savvy businesswoman who was like, oh, you guys need a bathroom? Tell them to come to Canyon Pass. So they come to her store. So, those are the things that
Can we talk about the passport?
Yes.
So we're selling some gear, which I'm sure everyone has seen our sweatshirts, and we're getting into totes and hats and some other things. And so we want to sell them at a discount to kids that get a little passport, which we're creating, and then they have to get stamps at some local businesses and the library, Canyon Pass, Ink Papery, the bookstore, and so that they really do spill over into town and then get them involved and moving around. And so because again, we're a nonprofit. We're not trying to make money here, but we are really trying to drum up a lot of fun, exciting things in this town.
Yeah, so we've been self-funded. There was no line item for us in the budget, so we've had to be really thrifty about how we do it. And sweatshirts have been Maggie.
Oh, she's
incredible in my home. I iron these myself.
Irons on sweatshirts.
I also deliver them myself.
Correct.
Typically,
her daughters are like, "Why are we doing another delivery on the way to school?" So she is.
I'm all about free
exactly.
Yeah.
So send them out.
And people want stuff. That's something else we kind of realized. Fairhaven doesn't really have any gear. So people want it, and now we have
absolutely
it.
do. County pride. That's I think that's a big thing.
Yeah, and the uptick has been massive, so it's been really helpful for us.
So fun. So we're basically funding this market through sweatshirts at this point. Yeah,
and it's good. I mean, we have to. So we pay the police officers to mitigate the traffic. So we need some signage. We need some branded stuff, and all of that we have insurance. All of the things that we're like, how do we start a market? how do we make money?
Right.
But we're able to now start to donate to different horizons, different events have come to us and say like,
PTA.
yeah, like we want to do a gift basket. We're like, great, I'll help you. Like we can do that. So it's all like just a part of this big plan to buoy up these things. I don't know, just to keep us on the top of their mind. So it's been good.
I love it. So let's talk about the vendors. Who's
All right.
all
right. Let me start. So we're so excited. Lusty Lobster was kind of where it all started.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
I'm good family friends with the owners, Debbie and Doug Dowdy, who are wonderful. And I basically called her and I was like, if you can sign on to this farmer's market, like everyone will come.
Yeah.
I was like, you have to be our like
starting point.
Like no pressure, but
you're and for a while I was like, I haven't heard from them. We're still telling people Lusty's in. And then she called me yesterday. She was like, okay, we'll be there.
Like, I guess we are.
Yeah.
We're like, it's Lusty. It's Lusty.
Lobsters.
But the great thing about Lusty is
sponsor.
right.
Yeah.
They're spearheading it.
Yeah.
You can call in your tray order and they'll bring it to the farmer's market for you so that you can pick up your stuff for entertaining that night.
Especially like skip the beach traffic,
Yeah,
getting over there.
and
It's really
August-
people are so excited about that.
so.
And then so I'll just read through who we have confirmed, and we're still fine-tuning a few. Skeleton Hill Provisions, which is a great farm. Fernbrook Nursery, another farm. Pickled Pickles.
Oh, yeah.
We have 3 flower people that have come together and done a collective called Fairhaven Flower Farm.
All local.
Yeah. Lucy's Barkery for the dogs. We're very excited about that. Organic Bites by Sue. Two River Mushrooms. Down the Shore Cheese Board. Yes. So Down the Shore Cheese Boards, which is awesome and beautiful stuff. From scratch, special shout out to Meredith, who's been like our mentor. And we're just like, we'll just ask Meredith what like, people usually do.
They're asking us a question. I'll call Meredith.
It's good for the vendors because they do all the events.
Right.
Yeah.
She knows
they
that.
are teaching us. Like she's been awesome. And her stuff is delicious and
the
beautiful.
communication is the biggest thing that I've found. That like the vendors that come, that say like they like that they know all the load-in stuff, like all the the little the nitty-gritty things.
Yeah. That reminds us. We should write that up.
We'll work on that. And then a few more Potent Potables.
Yeah.
Oh Honey, and then we just got Ross Brewery, which we're very excited about. A few more that were Two River Dairy. We're thinking will be there.
She just took that over. I
Yeah.
believe,
Oh,
right?
okay.
A new couple just bought it.
Yeah.
And Taste and Technique, which is based in Fairhaven, also I think will be joining us. So there'll be a few more than that, but those are, we have a good base.
That's exciting.
We're so
the town
excited.
will let you have Ross Brewery there.
It's not for tasting. It's just for
not for
purchasing.
tasting.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an open container, and our market's going to be from 9 to 1.
Oh, I see. So no one's
on Saturday morning. So I mean, maybe closer to 1, but not.
Yeah, we really picture people kind of grabbing the stuff that they need for the beach, or coming back and grabbing it for lunch, or like for the week, and eggs, and then if they're entertaining that Saturday night, you can get all of it there.
Yeah, Benchmark Breads is another one that
I love her.
confirming.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's the best.
yes. So
and they're so good. Like, they're here. I record here often until I got the office, but anytime I was on Wednesdays, she's usually here on Wednesdays, and it's
so
like,
good.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's really amazing. I feel like she just came out of nowhere, and we're all like, well, we need this.
Yes, this is the best.
We need
and
this
so
bread
beautiful.
now forever.
And then the vendor that will be rotating that we have there is called the Small Business Collective, which has been a great way for us we don't want to say no to people that are smaller and haven't done this before but have something they want to sell. So we're on a rotating basis taking some local vendors with like jewelry, wreaths, things like that. And maybe eventually they would become a full-fledged vendor, but they're kind of trying it out too.
Right.
So we are providing the tent and the tables and all that for them to come and set up and be part of it. Yeah.
So they get 3 dates through the season, and they have access to all of the things that our full vendors would have to bring themselves. So we'll set them up so that they can kind of have their own little shop.
Yeah.
So another way to get the town involved. It's all Fairhaven locals.
Yeah.
So.
And then we'll have like other tables, like whether that's the
library,
Historic Association, the library, Fairhaven Green Team.
Yeah.
There'll be other non-vendor people, like the merch. We can't buy Fairhaven. So, whether that's the Booster Club or, and we're going to have.
The plan is the composting.
Yeah,
right?
we'll have, there's a company called Unwaste.
Okay.
And
yes.
The woman Lauren, she's so great, and so we're trying to figure out how this is going to look. But we're getting hopefully to the point where residents can bring their compost to the market and just drop it off for a certain fee. But I know there's a few that do. She does the Asbury Market. There's about 20 or 30 residents she says that drop off weekly. So, and I know there's a lot of Fairhaven residents that pay monthly for them, and they also work with a company called Food Recovery.
Okay.
And they're hoping to set up a table and inform the residents about what qualifies and what doesn't, and have a bucket there, and everyone can come drop off their compost.
And we see this as like, this is our phase one, and we're packing a lot in, but down the line, farmers markets in other communities offer SNAP benefits where people can come and actually, utilize those, and that would be an incredible thing. Or any of the food that's unsold, like you can donate to lunch break. So it could be something that just, it doesn't have to stop that Saturday. It can just keep going. So that's how we see it down the line as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about hinted at some future plans, but is there anything else that you can tease us with?
Well, we've talked about it because we all have kids. Maybe phase 2, we could do like a junior farmers market, maybe 1. Because, the kids around here love to sell their little bracelets.
Yeah, they're all
and
little
the
budding
Girl Scouts. And I think that would just bring more people in. We've talked about utilizing like teenage volunteers and things like that. So we want this to grow. That is the goal. And I think we imagine that the traffic will be so great that more vendors will want to come on. A few other ones that we're still chasing that are like bigger, so that's the goal for us, and just to make it something on people's calendar they can't miss. That
I love it.
What we see.
And these vendors too, All Honey, a lot of them, they're really good. People come, just to grab their honey, or they'll go to a market just to pick up benchmark spreads.
Yeah, they've got their own fans.
Totally do.
They're going to bring people. Totally.
So there's a lot of thought that has clearly gone into this, and I know what it's like to put an event together and to, curate it that, you're including community members and different businesses, but also, things that are fun that people want. They don't want to, no offense to any of my sponsors, but they're not coming to farmers markets to look at the bank table.
Right.
They're there.
Yes, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we toe a line. We definitely toe a line.
Yes.
So it sounds so exciting. I also want to mention too how inspiring all of this is, because I know that you're very busy moms. I think I know Elise does a million different things in Monmouth County.
Nothing.
You're both working moms.
Yes.
And you have children. This is not an easy feat, and it's something that you didn't have to do. You could have just been hanging out and going to the beach in Seabright all summer.
No, we will not be doing a lot of that.
You don't. But it's incredible for the community, and it's just helping everyone. It rises so many up and is inspiring to the young girls that you have in your families, because that's so big. And I think that part of why I'm hosting the summit in a few weeks is to really empower women and to kind of show that the moms that maybe are saying no to themselves because they don't think that they can get it done. Elise and I have known each other a little bit, but I mostly know more about her life just from following her on Instagram. And she's very, very involved and active in the community. And it's incredible what you do and to help, and you don't have to. And you have
so important.
The little
so important. And with us, it's just our hearts are just guiding us in this direction to do something for the community and
to make it a better place, right?
Yeah, and Fairhaven, it's personally important to me. It's important to all of us because our kids are going to be grow up there.
Right? So many benefits.
There's so many benefits to the town, and this was our way of just saying thank you and just we can do. It's been a lot of hard work, truly, but it's worth it because there's value in it.
Totally.
And there's value for the town, there's value for the vendors. It's bigger than us at this point. So, it's people like Oh Honey that we want to support and we want to see succeed. It's people like the bookstore on River Road that we want, we want people there. So it's kind of out of our control at this point.
It's so great.
You're making it like a little Stars Hollow.
Totally.
Yeah, and we do again, like I said, we've got other parks on the mind that we're ready to make changes to.
Who's the grocer in store? He's always in the town. He's always yelling at you guys. You
Oh, we've got a few of those.
No shortage of
Got
that,
a few
but-
people always yelling at us.
Right.
And probably not to our face. But sometimes to our face. So, but it's all good. It's a great place. The community's been super welcoming. We've had a lot of support from, our mayor, from our council. So they've been helping us navigate a few things, and whatever is thrown at us, we do it. We took the stand early, the three of us, that we don't want help. We will do it ourselves.
Yes.
And that's why we've been able to get it done in 5 months, I would say. There was really little bureaucracy there, which is an unfortunate highlight that, there are town resources that we wish we could have taken advantage of, that as tax-paying citizens we probably should have been, whatever. But we didn't. And we were just very nimble, and the town has been supportive of that. They understood, so they let us do it.
Yeah.
Which has been good.
We're doing it.
We did it.
So when's the first date? When's kickoff?
Saturday, May 25th.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
Saturday,
Kick it
Memorial
off,
Day weekend.
which is usually a little cold and rainy.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Last year, the
Yeah.
year before,
Yeah.
it was like super, super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've found myself at like barnacles on Memorial Day weekend, and I'm like,
Not
not
the
at the
beach.
beach.
Right.
Like, why am I in a grog?
Yeah.
So hang on. So just this complete side note. But when you go to Barnacles, because like the last 3 times I've tried to go, not in town. Like I'm not close by, so like we go specifically for
it's
the
like
burger.
the place
Yeah.
that you go. Yeah.
When they tell you it's 2 hours, it's not
It's
really
never 2 hours.
It's 2 hours.
It is.
Always say it's going to be 2 hours.
They
Yeah.
always
Always.
say that.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I went one time, I put my name down, it was 4:30, and then 6:30 we were in bed.
Yeah.
It was like, your table's ready, and I was like, oh.
Forget it.
I just thought maybe they say 2 hours to everyone. They're like, just weed out the ones that are willing to weed.
No,
like,
No,
It's
a hot
it's worth
spot.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I went there as a kid. I
Yeah.
grew up in Monmouth County.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
One
but
of the best-selling auction items at the garden party for the Historic Association was skip the line at Barnacles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like get
No.
right in. Yeah, because nobody
like
can ever
gold.
get.
It's like skip the line at Chapel Beach Club
Yeah.
or skip the line at Barnacles.
in.
Like, that's it.
Those are the
so,
things.
yeah, that's what people
so
pay
funny.
for.
My daughter's school just had a gala, and I never pay attention to any of that stuff. But I'm driving in, and she made her teacher a gift before spring break. So I'm running in, forgot to bring it, and there's a parking spot, and it was for the gala.
Reserve.
Yes, I know those. Okay, you better hurry along.
Not for you.
Yeah, no. This one's not for you. Yeah, you see those Escalades pull up and you know you're in fire lane. You did not win that one. Yeah. No, I walk my poor children to school every day.
That's
So-
what I always say. I love when people say, "Where's everybody going to park?" And I love to say back to them, "They're going to walk."
They're gonna walk.
Or they're gonna bike.
Everybody walks. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there is a fair amount of parking, to be fair. So there's going to be out of town spots to park, but I love that Fairhaven is so walkable.
Totally.
And I always tell people when I first moved here from the city, not knowing a lot of people, and I was pregnant, and I was walking somewhere, and someone pulled over and asked if I needed a ride, and I was like, "No, I'm just walking. Like, is this not? People don't do this here." No. I think because I was wearing regular clothes, maybe they were confused, and I feel
Did
like
your car break down?
you can walk, and like when we lived in the city, we would walk the equivalent of where we live now to Red Bank all the time.
Yeah.
But the thought of walking to dinner in Red Bank is like mind-boggling because people just don't do it.
Right.
So I love like Anna. You can always see her on the streets every morning walking.
Kind of insane.
Elise is with the double stroller walking every day, and I love it. And I just want
Rain,
to
shine,
bring
rain,
more
shine.
of that.
Snow.
And
Snow.
I think that was a big part of putting it in the center of
Yeah,
town,
so
too.
Harrison is the end of Fairhaven. Buena Vista is the end of Fairhaven on the Rumson side, on the Red Bank side. You can walk back roads from both of those streets.
all the way.
Like, you don't ever have to hit a main road.
Right.
How big is Fairhaven? It's not very
one
big.
tiny.
1.7 square
There's
miles.
they don't even have
Read
school
the
buses
URI.
because everyone can get to school on a bike.
Yes, and without hitting a main road. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to. You
Yeah.
don't have to do
But
it.
there's
Yeah.
schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're really leaning into that, and that was on our little passport for the kids. The first stamp they get is if they did not come in a car.
Yeah.
So we love that, and we're going to be stationed, we think, near the bike racks, and we really want to say, like, come on, bring your bikes, you know, because we can. Going back, like I said, I grew up on a farm. I remember asking my parents for Christmas if we could just have sidewalks, and they were like, "No, sweetheart, no, that doesn't work." What
have you
like
been
I
reading?
wanted this kind of community my whole life. And we lived on a ton of acres, which now I look back, I'm like, wow, that was amazing too. But you know, not everybody gets this. Not every kid has this ability. busy, but they just hop in the car so quickly because they're so used to it. So I want to kind of rewind it back a little bit and just remember, like, we have these sidewalks, we have these streetlights. We are so lucky.
Totally.
And I want that to
And
get
you're like
utilized.
10 minutes from the beach.
It's unbelievable. It's amazing.
But you can bike too.
Yeah.
You do that all the time.
I would. I heard the bridge was like a nightmare.
It's a
last
nightmare.
year.
Yes, it is. So you should bike.
Yeah.
I know. I hear it all.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Sure you do. Yeah.
You get all the perspectives.
Yes.
Get yelled at. I got all.
Good and the
to our
bad.
club.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, no.
Right.
So we're just excited. We're really looking forward to it. We've also, there's a lot of unknowns. So again, the town has been very generous with, we don't know how many people are coming to this. We don't
think
know
a
if it's,
lot.
I think a good amount. We're like, we don't know if it's 4 or 1,000. Like, we just have no idea.
Yeah.
So
So,
you'll get more than 1,000.
well, we'll see.
Hopefully.
We hope.
Knock on wood.
Oh,
Knock
you
wood.
would.
That's what I say.
But they were like,
Surprised.
"What are we doing about garbage?" And we were like, "We don't know. But
We don't know.
Figure it out.
we have to figure it
Yeah,
out." So they've
yeah.
been like, "Okay, girls, like farmers, like you guys
Yeah.
can handle this." But
Right.
we are. Once it starts in May, we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants. Like
Yeah.
we just have gotten all the things buttoned up. We've gotten our stuff, and our
Yeah.
vendors have signed, and we're being very diligent about our contracts and our, all of that stuff. And
Yeah.
but when it starts, we're like, okay, that day, we're
Yeah. Who knows?
gonna hit the ground.
It's going to be great.
It's gonna be great. Vendors are like machines. They
Yeah.
They know, yeah.
They know.
They
That was the
pack it
other
in,
thing.
Pack it out.
Right.
They're done.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like they're never there.
Yeah.
We were being questioned a lot about, what if they blah blah blah, and
No,
we were
they
like, these
won't.
people, this is
They-
their
that's
livelihood.
what they
Like,
do.
this is what they do.
They know what
like,
they're
don't
doing.
doubt them.
Yeah,
Doubt
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Don't doubt them.
Right.
So
Well, and my go-to answer when people say, which we are so lucky, a lot of people say, how can we help? And I just say, just come and buy stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's really what we
Yeah.
want.
Come
so
support.
that's it.
load up,
Right.
That's
load
all
up
we
a
want.
basket.
Yeah.
And they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you can't get their stuff
Yeah.
anywhere else, right?
Right,
So
right.
it's the destination thing. It'll be great for the summer.
Yeah.
It'll be great for the community. You'll get lots of traffic even in from Red Bank. And
Yeah.
I'm
It,
so
it doesn't
excited.
cannibalize any other markets. Like it's
No,
its
there's-
own
there-
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're thoughtful about that. So.
Yeah.
They're so excited. Maybe there'll be a Rumson one soon.
Ooh.
Too.
Well, if they need someone to help start it,
We could franchise.
we can franchise.
The Grove Southwest. I don't even know what
We just call everything Grove. We just
Grove.
Grove is our point of reference.
Yeah.
they're doing all kinds of stuff over there.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Where can
Thank
everyone
you.
find you to follow you? Right
Our
now?
biggest place that we have put most of our things is Instagram, and it's Fairhaven Farmers Market. So
Okay.
very easy, and we're on Facebook.
And you can buy the merch on
Yes,
Instagram.
Instagram, and
You'll be messaging directly with Maggie.
it's me and my children there for you. And our email is also fairhavenfarmersmarket@gmail. Like, so we're the first Fairhaven Farmers Market. So we got it all.
We do want to put it out there. We're looking for a few specific vendors. We really want bagels. Fairhaven does
Bagels
not have
would be
bagels,
amazing.
and we would love someone if they were like bagels and schmear. That's all I'm
Yeah.
doing. Just
Yeah.
come grab your bagels for the morning, walk around.
Yeah.
We're still hoping to firm up coffee, but that doesn't look.
Coffee's tough.
Coffee's tough.
Yeah.
We'd
I've
we'd love a coffee situation as well. So
Oh, you know what? I have someone for you.
great.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Great.
yeah.
Okay.
They were at the market here
Great.
recently.
Okay.
They're awesome, and
Perfect.
it was actually really good coffee.
Excellent.
Oh,
I
good.
never
Yeah.
I'm not like that, but I was like, that's
Yeah.
so good.
Okay, that's
Okay.
great.
Yeah,
Love
it's good.
that.
We'll take
yeah.
that.
And we want to introduce people to new vendors. So
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I think we've got
Coffee and bagels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coffee and
We're-
bagels are big.
We're in the market
Okay.
for coffee and
We've
bagels.
got sandwiches too done, so
Yeah.
we're good. We've got
Yeah.
people can just come there and hang and grab and go to the park and
Yeah.
also make it a day.
Make it a day.
All right. Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
for your
having
time.
us. This is so
Appreciate
great.
You're
you.
so wonderful.
Yeah.
We're
I'm
so
going to
grateful.
put where to connect with the ladies of Fairhaven Market in the text here, so you can look for that. Follow them at Fairhaven Market.
Fairhaven
Farmers
Market. Yeah.
Fairhaven Farmers Market. And any questions, reach out to us at the Monmouth Moms, and we'll connect you.
Thank you.
Thank you.